What's up, everyone? It is Thursday night again, and that means Jong with Jesse. Tonight we're talking about Southwick, electric dirt bikes, and the generational gap between a bunch of the motocross riders. We'll get into it right after this. So welcome back to another segment of Jong with Jesse on the Power to the Ground Motorsports Media Network. Like I said, today we got a few different things we're going to talk about. If you're hearing a bunch of noise behind me, it's because we got this whole thing going on. I live on a main street, so you probably hear some music, some people screaming, some stuff going on. It's a party out there. So I will do my best to work around that, and if it's disturbing you, I apologize. For those of you watching the video, don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. It really helps us out in the algorithms, and it helps new people find us, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking to entertain you, get you into the conversation, but also get people like you into the conversation as well. For those of you YouTube viewers, take a second, hit the bell icon so you can get notified every single time we go live. And for those of you listening on audio, be sure to follow and subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform and consider giving us a good review on that podcast platform because that helps us out big time. Let's jump into some spots before we get into all of the action that happened last weekend and everything else. But first, Bro Taco. What is Bro Taco, you ask? Bro Taco is a company that makes delicious hot sauce. And I have it on good authority that August 1st is going to bring out a new hot sauce for us. And he teased it on social media. It's one that he calls Radberry. I know he was out picking his own raspberries. Yes, that's right, people. He doesn't buy these frozen raspberries at the grocery store. He was out in a field himself picking 20 pounds of raspberries the other day so that he can make this delicious, delicious hot sauce for you guys. So be ready for that to drop on August 1st. If you can't wait for August 1st, you can still come over here. These are all absolutely delicious. Brap is my absolute favorite hot sauce, period. Not just of Bro Taco, hot sauce, period. Perhaps condiment, period. But you can jump on over to brotacofoods.com and use coupon code PTTG to get 20% off your order. That's right, 20% off your order. Also, there is some fun stuff happening over at Sunstar. I was talking to Doug the other day, and they got themselves a coupon code set up. So, if you jump on over to sunstar-braking.com, you can head on over there, grab whatever you need from them, and use coupon code PTTG30 at checkout and get 30% off. You will not see a deal like that pretty much anywhere else. So take advantage of that for those of you listeners and viewers out there. If you've got stuff that you need for your bike to get up and going for this weekend or next month, it's summertime. Get your bike ready. Head on over to sunstar-braking.com. Use coupon code PTTG30 at checkout to get 30% off. And last but not least, we have powerthe2theground.com. And you can head on over here and you can watch this fun video that I get lost in all the time. I try to change up the videos as much as I possibly can. But we've got some stuff going on over here. If you've never been to the website, you've got pick'ems over here. you can come over here, and the day of the races, you can make your top 5 250 picks. You can make your top 5 450 picks, and then submit them, and then track your results over on the results page. Let's see if we can get it to load. I've got a lot going on my computer right now. Come on. There we go. All right. And you can track your results and see how you're doing against everybody else who is competing in Pick'ems. There will be a trophy at the end of the outdoor season, just like there was at the end of the Supercross season. We have in the lead, we have Rich Marcoulier. So get on there. It's the scores are not very high right now. Nobody's been doing that great outdoors. So it's still within reach, even if you haven't played yet. So head on over there. But also, we have Jug Club. And you'll see this video of me explaining what this is. So Jug Club is launching on the 11th. But leading up to that, if you would like to take advantage of this early lifetime Juggy plan that will be discontinued on the 11th, you can pay that $100 and you get access to whatever we offer on Jug Club forever. On Jug Club, we are going to be doing Couch Cross. So if you are a fan of the Couch Cross series, that will be on Jug Club. We will have another Pick'ems available that we are calling Pick'ems Pro. And if you and Pick'ems Pro will have some prizes available with it. We'll also have some additional live video available on there so that you guys can hang out with us and talk about a bunch of different stuff. I think Doug talked about it on Monday. He and I have been kind of working on how we can help out amateur riders find sponsors. Hint, hint, get in Jug Club and you can find out more about that. So if you guys are interested and you want to get a break, we're going to have 5 different Jug Club membership levels. It'll be the A Cup, B Cup, C Cup, D Cup, and Double D Cup. And the Double D will be $20 a month. The Double D will be $20 a month. And that is the access that you'll get when you do the lifetime Juggy. So obviously you can do the math and figure out how good of a deal that is. So jump on over to powerthe2theground.com and get yourself that lifetime Juggy membership. There's only 20 of them, discontinued on September 11th. So don't miss out on that. Today we are going to talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about Southwick. All right. So I was at Southwick this past weekend. I was there with my dad. Oh man, so let's talk about it. Let's story time. I was there with my dad, his friend John, and we met his old friend Dave, who we used to go to Unadilla with every year there. And my brother was there, and my nephew Coda was there. And for those of you who are in the Discord, you probably know who Coda is. He likes to he posts a bunch of pictures of him, pictures and videos of him riding in the Discord. And he is a very talented rider. So if you're not in the Discord, you can do that over at the website too. So we get there early morning. It was quite an eventful day, and my poor dad, he didn't get to really enjoy the races because when we got there, we first went in, we took a look around at the track to see how it was. We did a couple of circles, see what was going on, and then we went back out to the parking lot to cook up some lunch before the races started. When we were back at the car, my dad plugged in his phone into the car. Now, I'm certain that this isn't what did it, but about 30 minutes later, my dad went and tried to start the car, and the car wouldn't start. Now, luckily, we had Dave's truck right next to us, and he was there to try to jump us. However, it wouldn't jump. It was a bad battery. So that left my dad in the parking lot for the better part of the rest of the day, trying to get a new battery so that he could get us home after the races were over. So that was eventful. Not to mention there was some nips involved. There was maybe a beer or two involved, which I'm sure made things so much easier to deal with. But that was the broader story of what happened for our clan. All of our phones were dying because there's no network connection there for pretty much anybody. So your phone is constantly searching for network, and it's just wasting the battery. And none of us noticed that until it was too late, and we had like no battery left. So I was left with a dead phone. My dad was left with a dead phone. I think Kodo had a dead or dying phone, and we couldn't talk to one another. So if we got separated, it was just this whole thing. But it was fun nonetheless. The track was gnarly, as I'm sure everybody that you saw in an interview said. That dirt is just, it's just an animal unto itself. It takes on a life of its own, and like I told Doug, it's if you stand at the top of the hill and you just pour a beer out, you're gonna change the entire landscape of the track. Like it moves with the wind. Like if there's any water, it's just like sand at the beach, basically. If there's any water, it just flows downhill. So we did quite a bit of walking around. Now I think on a side note, I think I have chat set up. So if you guys want to chat back and forth with me, give me a hi in the chat if you are watching. I want to see if I get any chats through. But anyways, it is kind of a difficult track to see everything that's going on. I did my best to get some videos before my phone died, obviously. But I was standing in the center of the track, which is right where the start is. And you can kind of see most of what's going on from there in any which direction. But it's still there's a lot of hills and everything like that, so there's quite a bit going on. I tried to get a VIP pass to get into the VIP sections the day of, but they were all sold out. So next year I'll try to be more prepared for that. I may try to do a vendor spot actually for next year. But anyways, those races were insane. They were insane. Especially on the 450 side. Mostly on the 450s, what I really wanted to talk about was 450 Moto 2. But let's jump into the points real quick, and we can get into specifics after that. So let me pull up the 250 points here, screen share. Boom. Let's pull up. We got a couple of people watching. Let's see. Let's try this. Let me try to talk to you guys. Say what's up if you can hear me. This is a new chat system for me, so I'm just checking this out. Looks like it went to both of them. So jumping into the 250s, the point standings. So obviously Jet didn't have a great weekend. If you watch them, what's up, Mike? Thank you very much for the response there. I do indeed see the chat. So if you guys want to chat back and forth with me, drop any comments, let me know in the comment section if I'm an idiot, if you're an idiot, if somebody's an idiot. I don't care. Just let me know. I'll do my best to keep up. What up, Smoker? What up? So Jet, obviously, he had kind of an off weekend. And it really cut into his points lead. But on the brighter side, we got ourselves a tight race here. 3-point lead between first and second, and Hunter made up a ton of ground with the 1-1, obviously, at Southwick. That made up a ton of ground. So he's back at 178. So we got Jet Lawrence in the number 1 spot with 204 points. I know you guys can see this, but however, this is going to go up on audio after, so I'm going to speak this out for everybody who's listening afterwards. Justin Cooper in the number 2 spot with 201 points. Hunter Lawrence in the number 3 spot with 178 points. RJ Hampshire, who just cannot stay upright in the 4th spot with 148 points. Joe Shimoda in the number 5 spot with 137. Colt Nichols in the number 6 spot with 131. Jalik Swole in the number 7 spot with 128. Jeremy Martin in the number 8 spot with 125. Garrett Marchbanks in the number 9 spot with 115. And Austin Faulkner, which is surprising to me, in the number 10 spot with 94 points. As you can see, there's quite a spread there between 1st and 10th. It is very, very heavy at the top here. That is your 250 standings. I'll go into predictions later. We'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end of the show. My predictions for Spring Creek, which is up this upcoming weekend. Let me know what your guys' picks are. Give me your 250 overall and your 450 overall in the comment section. I want to see what you guys think. See if you can sway me. Jumping on over to the 450 points. This gap is opening up. This is getting less close as time goes on. Dylan Ferrandis in your number 1 spot with 224 points. Possibly without a not possibly. Not sure what happened with his bike, but he was riding without his clutch in the second moto, which I think probably played a big part in why he wasn't competing for a first in the second moto. Ken Roxon in your number 2 spot with 205 points. Eli Tomac in your number 3 spot with 167. AP in your number 4 spot with 163. Missed out, unfortunately, bike problems in moto number 2. It was hard to watch, just because he's such a likable guy. He just seems like such a likable guy, and seeing him, upset like that, it was not fun. Justin Barsha in your number 5 spot with 161. Chase Sexton in your number 6 spot with 159. Adam Cianciarulo in your number 7 spot with 147. Cooper Webb in your number 8 spot with 133. Christian Craig, number 9 with 124. And Marvin Muscan, number 10 with 115. So those are your point standings for the 250s and the 450s. So let's talk a little bit about what happened in Moto 2 for the 450s, shall we? The 450s, my God. All right, so it starts off. Let me not confuse Moto 1 with Moto 2. I'm not even gonna talk about the start, but Roxon gets way out in front, and Tomac and Ferrandis are pretty good ways back. And I gotta say, it's probably 5 laps in when Ferrandis' bike started to smoke, and his pit crew was giving him some. They were giving him some boards and just telling him to lay off on the clutch. So he proceeded to race Moto 2 basically without a clutch. Now, this is very, very impressive because he got those pit boards while he was making his way through the pack. So he passed a lot of people with still not using his clutch, or at least very sparingly using his clutch. And he basically linked up with Tomac, and the two of them just went straight up to the front. And then you saw Ferrandis kind of drop off the pace, probably, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes left in the moto. And then Tomac just friggin' dropped the hammer. Absolutely dropped the hammer. In like the matter of 2 laps, he made up like 8 seconds on Roczen. He went from like 6 seconds down to 2 seconds up in the matter of like 2 laps. And he was just absolutely gone from there. And Ferrandis, like I said, I can't remember if he pulled a second or a third in Moto 2. Let me know in the chat. Did Ferrandis end up in second or third in Moto 2 at Southwick? Either way, he did it with a clutch very sparingly, and it was impressive, absolutely impressive to watch. And I've got to think that had he not had those bike problems, and let's be honest, there was a lot of Yamahas that were having bike problems at Southwick. Not sure what's up with that, but there was blue bikes in both classes that were having issues. Coda says third. Yeah, all right, that makes sense. He did not get by Roczen. So there was a lot of blue bikes that had problems with the sand in Southwick. So I'm going to make a prediction. Before we jump into everything else that's going on with the 250s, I'm going to make a prediction with a healthy bike. I think Ferrandis, as fast as Tomac looked, when the two of them were linked up before Ferrandis realized that his bike was having problems, he was linked up with Tomac. And I'm thinking if that bike holds up throughout that moto, I find it hard to believe that Ferrandis doesn't just hitch his wagon to Tomac, ride straight to the front, and then compete for that first spot come the end of that moto. So I'm not totally convinced that Tomac runs away with that with Ferrandis with a healthy bike, but we'll see next weekend. Let's see what happens with that. Jumping over to the 250s, let's jump back over to my full shot here. All right. Jumping back over to the 250s, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, let me pull up my 250 points over here so that I can be clear about what I'm talking about. There is a clear, in the 250s, there's a clear generational divide here. And there is most of the time in either class, there's usually a generational divide, but it seems like there is a generational divide that is abnormally high in the point standings that I can remember anyways. So I'm not sure. So let me make a clear distinction on what I'm talking about with the generational divide here. All right. So I will go ahead and put Jet, obviously, newer generation. Justin Cooper, I think he's right on the brink, but I'm going to go ahead and put him on the latter part of the generational divide. Hunter, I'm going to put him in the newer generation. RJ, I'll put him on the latter side of the divide. Joe Shimoda, I'll put him newer. Colt Nichols, I'll put him on the latter side. Jalik Swoll, I'll put him newer. Jeremy Martin, I'll put him on the latter side. Garrett Marchbanks. But you can go back and forth between these two generations, and you can see that there's a split between these younger riders and these newer riders, and it's not a split straight down the middle. They're like interlocked. So it's like newer rider, older rider, newer rider, older rider. Whereas from what I've recalled in the past, it hasn't been that evenly split between younger riders and older riders. Usually it's broken up, and you might have one newer rider that's an outlier. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing the younger riders are they're bringing it to the older riders. And some of these older riders have been in it for quite a while. Austin Forkner, for example, I know he's had his injury problems, but dude can't stay up. He cannot stay upright. And he's got a lot of riders that are at least a couple years younger than him, above him in the point standings right now. And Max Volan, can't throw him out of there. You can go straight down this list and you can find a bunch of younger riders that have competed week in, week out throughout this entire season. So I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. So let me know in the comments here. If you're listening to this later on, hit us up in the Discord and let's have a conversation about this. Do you think the next generation of riders is just that? Like, are they next gen? Are they just better? Is there just a better class of riders coming up through than we've seen? Or is this just anomalous? You let me know. I'm curious to see what you guys think. That was my 2 cents on the next generation and the old. But speaking of next generation, the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was this. FIM announces a new all-electric MX championship. And for those of you who have been listening or watching Power to the Ground for any amount of time, you probably know that I am a huge proponent of electric bikes. I'm excited about them. I can't wait to get one. I can't wait to try one. All of the above. I'm just excited about electric bikes. So we'll jump on over so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Kicking off in early 2022, the series will be a world first at this elite level and is set to continue the growing appetite for electric motorsports. Leaders in the sector, the FIM started competitions for electric-powered motorcycles in circuit racing back in 2010, blah, 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 blah. A total of 10 teams will each compete with 2 riders, 1 male, 1 female, and be made up of a mixture of leading OEMs and existing professional race teams. Competitors will race on 2-wheel off-road motorcycles propelled by a single 100% electric motor with a maximum weight of 130 kilograms. So starting early 2022, this article, if you Google FIM electric, you can find a ton of articles. This one in particular is on mcnews.com.au. It was just an interesting one to me because it had a video on it that I wanted to show you guys. We'll talk about it in a second. They talk about how there's a bunch of different manufacturers that are kind of getting in on this, and they're trying to meet the specs required by the FIM to get into this competition. I'm interested. I'm going to be watching this, so keep an eye out for 2022, early 2022, for this all-electric FIM championship. They're calling it E-Explorer, E-Explorer. But here, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this video. I don't think you're going to get any audio, but it's just music anyways. Nobody's talking. 55 seconds. Take a look. Electric racing. Ooh, pretty. Nice shots. 1 female, 1 male racing team. Going through the woods. Some nice trails. 20 riders. What is that? I can't tell what that. I'm assuming it's a Yamaha because it's blue, but it looks like a blue and an orange bike. The The blue bike has no front fender, or a very small front fender. That's kind of weird. Not sure how I like that. Immersive guest experience. I'm not sure what that means. It sounds like some marketing buzzwords to me. Explorer FIM World Cup. So that's what we got coming up here in 2022. Yeah, Doug, you think it's a TM, huh? Interesting. Cool. Yeah, it should be a fun series. I'll definitely be keeping my eye on it. I'm sure we'll talk about it. Be a lot better if it wasn't FIM. I can't disagree with you on that one, Doug. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's not write it off before we even see what's up. Let's give them a shot. I'm excited for it. Let's watch some electric bikes because you can't hear them. And see what kind of... They said it was going to be a blend of urban and natural environments, whatever that means. I'm not sure if that means like a blend of stadium, like supercross stuff, or like in the streets. I have no idea what that means. If you guys read anything, any better explanations of what that actually means, let me know in the chat. But I'm excited for it. So 2022, early 2022, be looking for the FIM Explorer Championship, and check back here on Power to the Ground, hear any updates, and that is it. That's all I got for you guys. I am working on 21st century. Doug says 21st century wheelie boys, obviously. Faux show. For next week, I am working on a call-in system. So at the end of the Jawing with Jesse segments, you'll now have an opportunity to call into the show, give your 2 cents live on the show, have a conversation with me, get your shots in, call me an idiot, all of those fun things. It will be run through the Discord. So if you guys are on the Discord and you've noticed some new voice channels, that's what it is. I am setting up the call-in system. Hot on it. Give me the digits. It actually won't be like a phone call-in. You'll have to be in Discord in order to get into it, and all you'll do is you'll jump into the voice channel on the Discord, and then I'll be able to pull your audio into the call so that we can talk back and forth, and everybody else can hear you too. Obviously, it'll be one person at a time. But if you are not on Discord and you want to and you want to call in, this is your opportunity. You got a whole week to get on Discord and join us over there, join with the conversations, and obviously when we're live, get on there and do the call-ins. And I will do my best to get Doug and Tiller set up with the call-ins if they so choose to deal with that on Mondays as well. If not, that's cool. They got stuff to talk about. They got stuff going on. And if you've never watched them on Monday nights, we've got Down and Dirty with Doug and Tiller Monday nights at 7 o'clock, and they go over all of the action that happened in the races the weekend prior, and they go in pretty good detail. And Doug specifically, yeah, I'm talking to you, Doug. I know you listening. Doug was on it. He was on this past weekend, this past Monday, and I loved it. He said he forgot his filter or something. Maybe I don't know. If that's what it sounds like when you forget your filter, Doug, leave it off camera. Leave your filter somewhere across this. Leave it across the room. We don't need it. We want that Doug. That's the Doug that we want to hear. So that's all I got for you guys for tonight. Quick, easy breakdown. A couple things I wanted to talk about. This is kind of the format that we're going to go with. I'm going to come up with some articles to talk through with you guys on Thursday nights, and take call-ins at the end, talk about the point standings, and that's pretty much how the John with Jesse segment's going to go. There'll be some additional videos that will start popping up on Jug Club. We have actually a couple of the Lifetime Juggies have signed up already, so I think we're down to 17 remaining. So be one of those 17. You have it until September 10th to get on that, or until they're all 20 are gone. So don't miss out on it. Jump on over to power2theground.com. Become that Lifetime Juggie. Don't forget to get your pick'ems in for Spring Creek this weekend. It's fun for us to see all you guys competing in it. And jump on over to brotacofoods.com to get 20% off your order with coupon code PTTG. Radberry, the raspberry hot sauce coming out August 1st. Jump on it. I know he's only doing limited runs because raspberries are only seasonal up in Seattle for a certain amount of time. So once it's gone until next year. So don't miss out on that Radberry August 1st dropping on brotacofoods.com. And our friends over at Sunstar, give them some love. Get your bike ready. We all know you're missing a tooth or two on your sprockets, or they're worn down. They're just basically just discs that are just spinning, not grabbing anything. Go get yourself some new sprockets on your bike. It'll make a huge difference. Ride your best. Do everything the best. Head on over to sunstar-braking.com. Use coupon code PTTG30 at checkout and get 30% off. You will not see that deal anywhere else, so take advantage of it. Thank you very much for joining me on this, if you're on the East Coast, very hot Thursday night. I'm sure you can see the glisten on my face, and I will see you guys next time on John with Jesse, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. EST. Peace!